See, we already got one like in here. What's up? What's up? What's up? Two likes in here. What's up? What's up? What's up? Hey, good people. Miss Eva. Hey, how you doing? How you doing? One of our certified dimes. What is going on? If you have joined the chat, please speak so I can speak back to you in the chat. Woman of God, what is up? The dimes are in the building. What's going on, good people? Butterflyness, butterflyness. Yes, yes. The dimes. Kelsey K, hey, how you doing? Yeah, butterflyness, I'm feeling good. Child, I tell you, they just be wearing me out. So I had to come with the lazy live. I got to do the lazy live. I'm good. Tirana, what's going on? Mia Simone, we got the dimes in the building. Jenny Lee, hey, how you doing? DC Native, hey, 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 how you doing? How you doing? Y'all come on in. Lulu, hey, how you doing? I did not check to see if someone else was live, so um, y'all know I have to do these drive-bys and make them happen. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Just a little tired. I was a tired boss. I was a tired. I was a tired boss. Career for life. Hey, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? We're gonna have some conversations tonight. Stormy Mathis, how you doing? How you doing? I'm hoping that we got a few guys in here because this conversation might get a bit interesting if we have some guys in the building tonight. It's gonna get interesting. So I'm gonna need y'all to help me with my energy because I'm tired. But I wanted to make sure that I came on because I have been doing morning videos for the members, and then I've been too lazy to load the darn things. So y'all are gonna get some videos that might be a couple days old, but you won't know that they're a couple days old. But yeah, they're still gonna be posted. I'm probably gonna try to post them after I finish this up tonight. But how many of you all commented to the post um, regarding the little Joker things? Yeah, Mia, girl, it is real in these streets. When I tell you, it's hard when you've been working from home for so long. For so long. I mean, I literally haven't had to go into the office every day for like a year and a half, like for real. And to have to go back in, like my body saying, "What was it? What was it?" So yeah, we trying to get it together. We trying to get it together because it is real. It's real in these streets. So hopefully after this third week, I start getting comfortable. But then they're gonna let me come back home and work again. So I don't know how that's gonna work out. Yeah, no. Latasha, hey, 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 we got another dime, another dime, another dime. So welcome to everyone. Welcome to the viewers. Welcome to the certified dimes that have blessed us in the chat, or as the fellas say in the chitty chat. So got a couple things I wanted to touch on before I get into this full conversation. Now, I told y'all, Tirana, how you doing? How you doing? Um, right, Tirana. So it's hard. It's hard. It's hard. It is hard. Yeah, Mia, the conversations, the comments were off the chain. You hear me? They were off the chain. I got to go back and see if there were some more that were posted. But I came across something today. And y'all know I tell y'all sometimes I don't have no problem telling y'all sometimes that sometimes I'm a little late to the party. You know, the party be over and I'm just coming in talking about bang, you know. I get a little late sometimes. I'll be a little late to the party. So, how many of you knew, and if it was just me, just go ahead and say, yeah, Dr. Rogers, you just late. As a matter of fact, you late. How many of you knew that um, Janae Dubois, how many of you knew that she passed this year? I'm trying to find out if I'm the only one that didn't know. If you knew that she passed, say yes. If you don't know or you didn't know, say, oh Lord, we already got a yes. See what I'm saying? If you didn't know, put a no. I'm looking for a no. Is there anybody other than me that did? Oh, Jesus. Okay, Miss Eva, thank you. Is there anybody other than me that didn't know that she passed? Okay, we got some no's. Now I don't feel so bad. Now I don't feel so bad. Okay, but y'all know who that is, right? I know who it is because people would always call my mom Walona. Your mama remind me of Walona. Your mama remind me of Walona. So I like bona fide did not know that she passed. And I'm like a Walona, I'm a fan. I thought she was always a pretty, yeah, I'm late. Because it happened in February. Right, good times. So I'm like, yo, how can you forget like Walona, Penny, and all this stuff? And I go and I'm looking at a CNN article and it had a video attached. And the lady was, I guess she was reading. I don't know what she was reading, but I need to try to pull it back up. But she started talking about Janae Dubois passing, and she said, the one that played Willanoma on Good Times. I said, hot darn. Who was Willanoma? Because that sounds like a footage to me. Who is Willanoma? Anybody know? Who is Willanoma? Somebody got to know who it is. And she said it just as proud as they. Oh, well, that is the former Willanoma that played on Good Times. I don't know what Good Times you were watching. That must have been the other Good Times. That wasn't the It wasn't that one. They weren't just looking out of the window. You see what I'm saying? She said Villanova. I'm like, you mean Villanova? Like the college or something? Villanova? Like what we doing here? you know? I'm like, who is that? Who is that? So I'm sitting up here, I'm like, man, not Walona. And you lose people, and it's like you lose somebody in your family. And you hadn't seen them in God knows how long. But when that woman came and said, Willa, no, y'all, I gotta let y'all hear. Let me see if I can pull it up on my phone. When that woman came and said Willanoma, I'm like, is that a disease or something? Is that a disease? Did I miss something? That ain't the Walona I know. You know, sharp dress Walona. I always came in sharp. Hey, Tamika, how you doing? Like you couldn't mess with her game. She was sharp now. And when my mama was younger, she was, Mia. She was. I didn't want to say nothing. But I'm like my stepson. He said, "What the what?" That's what I'm saying. What the what? Who is that? Who that is? So let me go and find her name real quick and see if I can pull this thing up. Right, right. Flo best friend, she went and rescued Penny because her mama was trying to come after her with the irons and stuff. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know. So, Lord, they got me spelling the name like she said it. Oh. So there were a few things that I found out about her today, and I'm like, yo, like I didn't know that. So before I get into the rest of this stuff about the thirst, because it's coming, best believe it's coming. Um, I just want to see if I can find this again. Um, it was on CNN. Right? What the what? Like for real? What? 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 And I don't know how to pronounce your name. Is going on here? Um, Dang, I wish I could find it. Hold on, let me get out of this one. Y'all gotta hear this lady pronounce this woman name. I said, if you don't get out that TV, Ned died too, not Ned Dwayne. Oh Lord, oh Jesus, the whole family is perishing, Jesus. Oh my gosh. Let me find this thing. I got to find this before I go another further. I gotta find this. Miss Eva, that's what I was gonna get on. I didn't know if people knew that not only did she sing it, she co-wrote it. And she said that she wrote it for her mom and that she had promised her that once she got to a certain level of stardom, that was the song that she was singing to her as she was moving up, her career or whatever and thing they. So let me hopefully they won't hit me for it, but I'm gonna play it. They just gonna have to hit me. Hit me. Um See if I can get it up here. See, you see what people be doing on one thing, but you don't really know how they got it going on from the beginning. And listen, I am not on StreamYard tonight. So y'all gonna get this how you get it. You hear what I'm saying? Y'all see what I'm doing. I'm chillaxing. So I'm gonna have to do it this way. Wake up though. Y'all go ahead and sing it. Fish don't fry in the kitchen. Ain't no burn on the grill. Took a whole lot of trying just to get up that hill. Now we're up in the big leagues. Y'all know what he's saying. It's your favorite, and ain't nothing wrong with that. Thank you, Miss Eva. I do not own the copyrights to this moving on up song. In the sky, to the side, we finally got a piece of the pie. This how she end that thing. Okay, so am I the only one that didn't know until today that that was actually Walona that was singing that song? And I don't want y'all to keep trying to handle me like I'm slow. Now, I told y'all I was a little late to the party. But am I the only one that did not know that that was her singing that song? Oh, you said yes. Oh, wow. Y'all just don't make me try to feel good no kind of way. You see what I'm saying? Thank you, Janie. See. They be like, yeah, Doc, you the only one. You the only one that didn't know that. Woman of God. There we go. We got three of us. That are late to this party. Now, what I also found interesting, right? I'm sitting here and I'm looking. Okay, we can be late to the party. That's all right. April, hey, what's going on? So, there was some other information, and it does sound like her. I just never thought about it. Um, so I noticed that they put information about her passing away. And there was some talk about her death certificate and all this stuff. But did y'all see who was listed as her dad on the death certificate? And I want to cover this because I want you to think about the past year, what we have been going over and over again, and everybody think, Luciana, hey, how you doing? Everybody think that they know what's going on in people's families, and don't y'all go Google it so you can tell me, Latasha, you a dime, I ain't gonna mess with you. But yes, listed on the birth certificate. Her daughter filled out the information on the birth certificate, and they have her dad's name as Cab Calloway. Now don't tell me I'm the only one that knew that now. Y'all know Cab. Hidey. Oh. Y'all know Cab. Y'all know. And so people were like, well, this other dude was always listed as a person that was her dad, and the sister was like, no. Well, her daughter was like, nah. He took, he played an important part in raising her. But that wasn't her daddy. So I'm sitting up here and I'm looking. Because y'all know what we done been through. Okay? Y'all know. Because everybody know who everybody's daddy is now. They swear for God. For God, they know who somebody's daddy is. But for the people that need a reminder, because some people like, who she talking about? So I just got to put this up here. Hey, Vonda, how you doing? So y'all remember Walona? Remember when she rescued Penny? When Penny mama was coming after her with that iron? Remember Walona was about to put them paws on her? About Penny? Oh, y'all ain't old enough to remember this stuff. But look at this woman. In her older years, look at her. You can't tell me black don't crack. It don't crack. Now, the one thing that I thought was very interesting, they put a picture up of her versus Cab Calloway. Hey, One Pap, how you doing? Y'all, that is that woman's daddy. You are the father. So the daughter actually put her full name up there, which is not Janae, but Jeanette Teresa Calloway DuBois. They gave her that last name, but her official last name was Calloway. So the estate, the Calloway estate, I'm gonna read their statement. Um, Let me read their statement. And just so y'all can see it too. They ain't even put his whole name up there, but they got Cab. Can y'all see that? Right towards the bottom, it's highlighted, Cab Calloway. They got the mom's name. And you see her full name at the top. Jeanette Teresa Calloway Du Bois. So again, this just goes to show folks that you really don't know what's going on in everyone's life. But this is a message from the estate whenever they reached out to them. Now, Cab died in 1994, but his estate has no clue about the alleged connection. The estate they told TMZ that while they have great appreciation for Janae Du Bois' long and successful career, the Calloway estate has nothing to add to this single document that has numerous mistakes and no verification. And it's because different places have her age, as different things. And y'all know how the celebrities do. You may get the right age, you may not. Right now, most people just go off Wikipedia. Um, they say, for instance, the estate points out there are multiple birthplaces and birth dates listed online for Janae. We're told they be open to conversation with her family if there were any compelling facts to substantiate their claim. So they don't have a problem with talking to her family about, what that daughter knows. So it sounds like Jeanette let her family know, at least let her kids know who her parents were. Just saying. Um, so I thought that was really, really, really interesting. Let me get y'all if I miss you real quick. I think I got Pap what it is. Pap, I'm gonna have to challenge you on that line dance you were doing earlier. Bobby, hey, how you doing? Keisha, hey, hey, hey. I did not know, and I'm sad that song was a big reminder of my childhood. Tanya Campbell, hey, hey, hey. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm sitting up here and I'm like, well, dang, do I need to go back? Did she play a part in Good Times too, like the actual song? Was she the one, saying, easy credit rip off? Like, was that her? I'm already on it, Pap. I'm already on it. I'm like, was that her? Because it kind of sound like her. Scratching and surviving. What was it? Hanging in the trouble. Was that her? I gotta go do some more research on this now, cause I don't want to put the wrong information out there, but I'm thinking. I read that she had a relationship with him. They worked together when she was young. Interesante, interesante. Now, getting past that, because I just wanted to put that out there. Um, and then I'm gonna put one more thing out there before we get into this needy conversation. Before we start talking about the thirst. What my drink at? Because we know the thirst is real. Um, y'all might not agree with me on this. I saw a lot of conversations today and yesterday about Miss Kamala Harris. Now, because of the type of stuff I do, I cannot go and promote any particular candidate um, that is part of any particular political party, right? Hey, Vet, what's going on with you? So, I'm not supporting or making these comments about her as a Democrat. I'm making these comments just based on something that I saw today. And the comments that I saw today was, her dad is from Jamaica, her mom is from India. Both of those cultures are actually considered people of color. Now, we might not call them black, but they are considered people of color. This lady mom raised her to be a proud black girl, taking her to all these civil rights events. She gets out of school, and instead of her wanting to go to Harvard or somewhere like that, initially she goes to Howard. She goes to a HBCU. And not only does she go to an HBCU, but she became a proud member of the Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority incorporated. And that ain't something that you take lightly. There's a history that comes along with that. You know, a lot of things that come along with that. And, you know, I salute my girls, you know, even though I represent that dynasty, you know, I still represent the pink and the green because at the end of the day, we're all family in this Panhellenic Council. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just sitting here listening to what everybody's saying when people say that she's not black enough or because her mom is Indian, that makes her, she's not black. Or if she chooses to identify with one side of her family versus the other, when she identified with her black side, why are we participating in all of this stuff when they said the same thing when Obama came out? It's like if somebody reaches a higher level, especially in a political system, they can't be black. But when it's time for them to be a jigger, and that's how I'm going to say it, when it's time for them to be a jigger, because we've always said if you 1%, let me say ninja, that makes you a ninja. Now all of a sudden we don't pull her ninja card. I don't give two flips about that woman being married to a white man. You marry who the flip you want to marry. And the way that things are around here, which is going to be a nice segue into this conversation that we're having tonight, the way that some of these folks are around here, whew, I say love who you love. And love who loves you and treats you right. Because some of these folks around here, sometimes it be your own kind, I tell you. We've been seeing it every day. It be your own kind. You got a lot of people that are of your own kind and they do not appreciate you. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Right career for life. I've had people, the little lady over there talking about some of my features. When you talk about my cheekbones and stuff like that, that's not of African descent. That's of my Indian descent. From my grandmother and my granddaddy. So pointing out stuff like this and these moles that are all on my face and on my hands and on my feet, that comes along with that territory. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, nobody, you can sit here and you can shout black power till your darn fist fall off, but we don't have one person that is in these United States that can claim that they are 100% black, because you are lying to yourself. I'm just saying. You had some intermingling somewhere. Don't let nobody fool you. That's why there are so many different varieties. That's why we come in so many different flavors. See, we don't come in shades, we come in flavors. You hear me? You got butter pecan, you got butterscotch, you got dark chocolate, you got milk chocolate, bruh, you got caramel. Okay, like we come in all different flavors. With us, it ain't even about a shade, honey. It's a flavor. Okay, it's a flavor. They say the blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. I say the blacker the berry, the sweeter the chocolate. You hear me? It could be a little white chocolate. I like white chocolate, as a matter of fact. But it's too much going on, and I feel like it's crazy for people to be playing into this stuff, because at the end of the day, vote for whoever you're going to vote for. But putting all this stuff in here, and I really encourage people to really go and check people's backgrounds, not their personal backgrounds, but where they've stood on a lot of things. And I'm just the type of person where I can dig it, because I've seen her. Yeah, she's been a prosecutor, but I've also seen her come at so many different angles to the fact where she says stuff that piss the Democrats off and they don't like it. She do stuff that piss the Republicans off and they don't like it. She's done stuff to piss independent people off and they don't like it. Like, she's going to go with what the law says at that time. At this particular time, even though people may not want to hear it, we need somebody that's actually going to abide by the law. Not bend it whenever they need it bent. We need somebody that's going to hold people accountable. That's not just holding alleged criminals accountable. That's holding the people that are in the position to prosecute said people. We need to make sure that everybody is being held accountable. So I have no problem with that. I can't tell anybody else how to feel about that, but I'm going to support a sister that's on the ballot, not because of what her political preference is, but because she's a sister. That's it. That's all for me. Now she go and do some shady stuff. For me, it's it's not about the Me Too movement. The Me Too movement for me, because the only issue that I personally had with the Me Too movement was when they started really using it. Because when the Me Too movement started, it's something completely different than what the Me Too movement is now. And to be honest with you, it's almost like the Black Lives Matter movement. When it started, it was something completely different than what it is now. Somebody came along and changed their ideologies. You see what I'm saying? And so now you got people looking at it a certain way because people have taken it and they turned it into what they wanted to turn it into. But that wasn't the initial intent. But what I do know is when I go back and I look at case laws and I go back and look at people that have been exonerated and I look at some of the reentry and the arbitration programs, see, these are the things that I focus on. This is what I'm concerned about. And when I see people setting up programs for people to go through arbitration, that means that they're keeping them out of jail. Even though you committed a crime, you pled guilty to the crime. Instead of putting you in jail, we're going to run you through these arbitration programs. And those arbitration programs keep you from going to jail, and you're able to do that program and keep from having that stuff on your record permanently. Like, that stuff matters, and people tend to overlook that stuff. But that has saved a lot of our folks that had like simple possession charges or shoplifting charges and stuff like that they did, but they were able to run through their arbitration program. And usually arbitration is something that's set aside for juveniles. So not only did she come up with the arbitration program, you already got your juvenile stuff in place, you got something for adults that they aren't usually afforded. You commit that crime, you're going to jail. Period, point blank. So when it comes to stuff like that, and then setting up reentry programs where you're making sure you're putting programs in place so that when people that are incarcerated, you're making sure they're getting the proper tools in their toolkit, because we call it a toolkit, to make sure that they're getting the proper tools in their toolkit to be able to survive upon their release so that they can become productive citizens of society. Those are the things that I look at. And when I look at other people that's just coming in to take up a seat, we really need somebody that truly knows about criminal justice reform. I mean, and that's just where I'm at on it. That's not a political spill. I'm not telling you who, to vote for, because ultimately you're not voting for her anyway. You vote for whoever you want your president to be. But it's always good to have some information about your VP. And for me right now, I'm just saying. I encourage people to do their research, because I saw a lot of comments today, and there was a lot of people talking about her color and all this stuff. And I'm like, stop it. Please. Now y'all sounding thirsty. You want somebody in here that's going to go and do something, but still at the end of the day, boy, y'all going to shoot me down for this one. Just because somebody won't come straight out and say, oh, we're going to do this specifically for black people, they're not supposed to say that. They're not supposed to say that. If they do something and it benefits a particular group, then good. But just coming out and saying, yeah, I'm going to do this for these folks. It doesn't work like that. It just doesn't work like that. It doesn't. So anytime that I see people going and they recognize what happened with the crack law years ago, like maybe in the 90s, they recognize what happens with the crack law, what happened with the crack law, and I see them going to rectify that situation because they understood that there were some disparities there. See, that's what gets my attention. Somebody that works in that system, but they also recognize that there are real disparities in that system. And people are saying, yeah, but you are a prosecutor, you should be able to do this. You can only do so much. We see that now. Even if somebody really wanted to make some change and make some noise, your hands are tied. You can only do so much. But you can put and implement plans to try to circumvent some of the BS that people have done. You can try to do that. And then once you get yourself in a higher position so that you can really start working on some bills and some mandates, see, that's when stuff start making sense. But I'm just saying, considering what we're dealing with now I'm going to skate on past that. Getting on this needy thing. Now let's have a conversation on that. So I told you guys I have been watching these movies on YouTube. Got one playing right now. So I'm just thinking. And I don't know if I have any guys on here because they ain't show their face if they on here. But so I talked to the women for a minute. Have you ever encountered, and I'm not going to open up the phone line because I'm just too lazy for that right now. 312, what it do. But I'm definitely going to read your comments in this chat. Have you ever encountered, I ain't going to get you to tell on yourself now. Have you ever encountered a significant other, someone that you were trying to get close to, someone that you were in a relationship with? Maybe you were engaged, maybe you were married, and you found yourself being in a relationship with a needy person. When I say needy, they need to be under you all the time. You can't breathe. You feel like you're suffocating. They want to be everywhere that you are. If you go to the bathroom, they want to sit beside you on the stall. Now, I'm exaggerating a little bit, but how many of you, if any, okay, I see one. I see Papoose got her thumb up there. Because this is something I need to see because I'm seeing it a bit too much and a lot of people think it's cute. You know? But we got to have some conversations on this because y'all know I don't curse, but it ain't cute. It ain't cute. I promise you it ain't cute. It is not cute. So at what point, okay, I'm seeing them coming in here. If I have some guys in here, I need you to let me know too. Have you encountered some needy females? Now I know if I need to break this needy thing down a little bit more, they require your attention. Like at all times. Right, Pap, I feel you on that. They require your attention at all times. They are like always seeking compliments. They do something for you, they want you to come back in return. If they compliment you, they looking for a compliment too. Like whatever it is that's going on, they continue to seek acknowledgement from you. That would be a needy person. That would be a needy person. So at what point did you realize that you were involved with a needy person? A thirsty person? At what point did you realize, dang, I done got me a leech? They just gonna suck me dry. They gonna suck all the energy I got. At what point did you realize that you had a leech? Other than my dog, I had an employee. It is irritating. It's irritating. It is irritating. So I'm asking, when did you know that you had one or that you had encountered one? Because I can usually tell them mugs, like, I can spot them jokers like they got corona. You hear me? 16 years later, oh Lord. Pat, mine was 8, so I ain't too far behind you. When did you realize? Like, what was that moment of epiphany? Like, dang. When I find myself thinking, I just got this thing I say. When I say, can I live? Or I say, will you please? That means you got to go. SR said he's right here. Oh, Lord. I said in a minute, will you please? God knows, can I breathe? Like, and you don't want to be mean. But do you find yourself, if you've encountered one or two of these people, since we just have females talking in here, if you've encountered one or two of these types of people, right. What? Dang. Dang. And understand, y'all, there's some guys on here, they gonna sit in the bushes on this. When it gets so bad, especially if it's somebody that you commune with, this somebody that you reside with. When it gets to the point, y'all, I'm about to put y'all on this game right here real quick. Now, don't go in your house and say, Doc told me, Okay. When it gets to the point where if y'all laying down, y'all partaking in some sleeping activities, and they done irritated you to the point that you don't want their feet on you, or you find yourself scooting over on the bed to try to get your space till you almost hanging off the bed, it's time to have a conversation. It's time to have a conversation. If they breathing too loud or snoring, and you find yourself just getting up and turning over and looking at them, it's time for a conversation. See, if they don't bother you too much, then you can live with those things. But whenever somebody seems needy, mm, y'all know what I'm talking about. Don't put your feet on me. God, don't put your feet on me. Y'all know. And you keep scooting, and you keep scooting, and by the time you finish, you hanging off the bed. They done took over the whole bed. They done took over the whole bed, and you done took all the covers. So I'm asking y'all, where do you think this neediness comes from? I don't want to put no clinical stuff on it. Like, just from real life experience, where do you ladies, because it's only ladies responding, where do you think this neediness comes from? Stand up and be counted. Hey, how you doing? How you doing? Where do you think it's coming from? You have people saying, they were always around their mama. They were a mama's boy. Um, they were spoiled. You know. They were used to dealing with this type of lady, this type of chick. Where do y'all think this stuff is coming from? Where is that neediness? Where is that clinging behavior? Where is that hip riding behavior? Where does that come from? Don't y'all speak too soon now. I promise they not watching. Well, they might be. Ain't no telling. Because if they need it, they probably sitting right beside you. Born as a baby, grew to a man. After 30, they become babies. Oh! After 30, they become babies again. So what? We need to keep them young, Pat? Tiny, oh Lord. Tiny said, I don't know, but you know what? The door. I don't know what you got going on, but the door. Ain't with it, ain't with it. Past relationships, okay, okay. Spoiled and other women in their ear willing to. Oh! Ooh. I got three right here we're going to have to touch on real quick. Four, shoot. All of them. Okay, let me just go back up. Okay, so Tirana's saying that they need attention. Why is it necessary for them to get the attention from that significant other? Are there no other places in their life that they can get that attention? Why must it be there with you? And is that attention necessary 24/7? Can you get a little break? See, that's where these love languages come into play. Y'all know about these love languages? Y'all know about the love languages, let me know, and then I won't go into it. If y'all already know about it, then I'll skate on past it. But that's really where those five love languages come into play. Because if you have somebody that is really needy, then there's something going on. Now I can give y'all a little quiz real quick, just in case you don't know what your love language is. And then we'll really have some conversations because you're probably going to be laughing at yourself. But there's an art to this thing. Now we got people needing attention. We got some people saying that some people are insecure. I will go back and ask, what's the reason for that insecurity? Why are they insecure? And I think it will go back to somebody else's conversation or somebody else's response about past relationships. And then I think it will go back to what Pat was saying about that, that certain age and how they, interact at that age. Oh my, broke. Say what? You about to lose your job. You about to lose your job. um, I talked to a guy today. I end up having like counseling or coaching sessions. It don't matter where it is. It can be in the bathroom. This one wasn't in the bathroom. Let me be clear on that. But dude was talking about his nephew and how his nephew is like he didn't call him needy. I call him needy. I'm just gonna keep it real. The stuff he was telling me, I'm like, dang, he is like really needy. And he was like, yeah, he lies bad, and he just can't go without lying. I said, dang, I know somebody like that. I know somebody like that. And what it boils down to, usually people that are like that, they are insecure. And the broke comment, a lot of them may be broke. They're not in the place where they need to be. And they start clinging to you, and a lot of them actually base their life decisions and their future decisions off what you have going on. And I was laughing because when the guy was telling me about his nephew, he was like, yeah, he just lying to people and He got this girl, like they signing a lease together, and he got her thinking that he has a job and he doesn't have a job. And I'm like, skirt, pump your brakes. Cause you're not just gonna skate past that like you didn't just say what you just said. So your trifling behind nephew got this girl going and getting an apartment with him and both of their names. And he lying to her saying he got a job and getting up every day like he got a job and he ain't going to work. He just riding around. So now he has no choice but to cling on to her. He don't have nothing else to do. He don't have nothing to occupy his darn time except be up in your face. That's it. That's all. He don't have nothing else to do. Let me see what else we got up here. Say the young stay busy. True story. True story. Insecure. Some do it to piss you off to see how you would act. Well, Tanya, I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna tell you right now. Piss me off if you want. Cause I will come up missing. You hear me? I will come up missing. I call it falling off the grid. I will come up missing on your behind. I will come up missing and nobody would know where I'm at except my baby brother. I will come up missing. Don't call me. Anybody looking for me, I'm good. But I'm just gonna roll out for a few because I need a break. I will disappear on you. um okay, I see one person saying give me a quiz. Give me the quiz. Do the Y'all want to do the quiz? I give y'all the questions real quick. Y'all gonna have to grab something. You can type the stuff in your phone or whatever for what applies to you. Um, and then we can have some conversations. And people gonna be like, wait a minute, I might be a little of both of them. I don't know. I don't know. So well if I can spell first, we can start there. Let me try that. Let me So we're just doing this for females tonight. So let me put it in. Let me put it in this range. Try to find a quick version. All right. So for those of you that want to participate, everybody don't have to participate. You can sit back and watch. But if you want to learn something about yourself and something about your relationship and how you may be able to change some things or why things may be going the way that they're going, or just understanding other people and how they conduct their business and their relationships, and you might want to take this one. I was trying to find a little short one, but this one got 16 questions, y'all. I'm sorry. So if you got your phone, just use your little note thing on your phone or just tear off a piece of paper and you can answer the questions. So I'm gonna give you the question, then I'm gonna give you the options, and you gotta pick one of the options. So what I say is I'll give you the question first, and then the options I'll say one, two, three, or four. So you won't have to try to remember what the whole thing was. All right. So question number one. Oh, I lost some people on this. They're like, I ain't trying to find this out. Okay. Question number one. Mark Twain said, I can live for 2 months on a good compliment. What do y'all think about that? So here are the responses. Number one, it's true. It's so important to say what we appreciate in other people. That's number one. The second one is Words aren't my strong point. I prefer just spending time alone together. That was number two. Number three, okay, as long as it's followed up by an invitation to go out or a gift. And the last one, number four, sure, if it comes with a cuddle or a kiss. So the question that y'all were responding to is, I can live for 2 months on a good compliment. And that's what you were responding to. Do I need to repeat any of those before we go to the next one? If I need to repeat, y'all put a one in here. If I don't see a one, I'm going to keep going. All right. Number two, okay, thanks, Pat. Next question. You are feeling a little down. So you really like your partner too. And these are the responses. Oh, peace home. Okay, hold up. Let me go back. So we're going back over the first question again. I can live for 2 months on a good compliment. What do you think? Your options are: one, it's true. It's so important to say what we appreciate in another person. Number two, words aren't my strong point. I prefer you just spend time alone with me. We can just spend some time alone together. Number three, okay, as long as it's followed up by an invitation to go out or a gift. And number four, sure, if it comes with a cuddle or a kiss. So whatever your answer is, select 1, 2, 3, or 4. All right. The next one. Again, the question is, you are feeling a little down. You are feeling a little down. So you really like your partner too. Either one. You're answering it for yourself. If you have your partner there and you want him to answer them too, get him to answer them too, because that'll be a good conversation for you. But it's just, if it's just you right here, this is you responding on what you would want your partner to do. So you are feeling a little down. You would really like your partner to, one, say, I know it's hard and I admire your courage. Two, come home early to spend a cozy evening with you. Three, offer you a surprise weekend of relaxation. Or four, take you in their arms and make you forget it all. I might need to repeat that one. You are feeling down, so you would really want your partner to, one, say, I know it's hard and I admire your courage. Two, come home early to spend a cozy evening with you. Three, offer you a surprise weekend of relaxation. Or four, take you in their arms and make you forget it all. Now you need to either put your notes in your phone or like write it down, because you're gonna have to add this stuff up at the end so you'll know what category you fall in. All right. So we're gonna move on to the next one. The next one is, in general, you don't like it when your partner, I know y'all got a long list, but it's only 4. You don't like it when your partner, one, criticizes what you do. Two, is always thinking about their work or material things like shopping, housework, or the computer. Three, never gives you any presents. Or four, doesn't kiss you when entering or leaving the house. I repeat it. In general, you don't like it when your partner, one, criticizes what you do. Two, is always thinking about their work or material things like shopping, housework, computers, etc. Three, I'm gonna add cell phone to that one too. 3, never gives you any presents, or 4, doesn't kiss you when entering or leaving the house. Next question. You've forgotten to buy something, and so you appreciate it when your partner says, and let me repeat that. You've forgotten to buy something, and so you appreciate it when your partner says, 1, leave it, you've done enough, I'll go and buy it. Huh? 2, let's get together, and how about if I buy you lunch while we're out? Hold on there. Yeah, Pat, they got to add up at the end. Do y'all need me to start over? Y'all need me to start over now? Okay. If I miss something, just tell me which one. Just put a like go back over question 3 or go back over question 4. Um, yes, start over. Question 4. Okay. You've forgotten to buy something, and so you appreciate it when your partner says, this is question 4. The first one is leave it. You've done enough. I'll go and buy it. That's the first one. The second one is let's go together. And how about if I buy you lunch while we're out? That was number 2. The third one is why don't you pop around that shop that we've been talking about while you're there? Basically, why don't you go around that shop that you like while you're there? And the fourth one is it's really not important. Come and relax with me for a few minutes. So the first one is leave it. You've done enough. I'll go and buy myself. So you don't have to go back out. Number 2 is let's go out together. How about if I buy you lunch while we're out? The third one is why don't you pop around that shop that you've been talking about while you're there? Since you're out, go check out the shop that you like. And the next one is it's really not that important. Just come and relax and chill with me for a few minutes. We can worry about that later. Number 5. Y'all, this is a whole test, I'm telling you. Your partner explains that they won't be dining with you this evening. All right, now. Your partner explains that they won't be dining with you this evening. You choose one of the 4 following things. You appreciate the fact that they took the time to discuss it with you. That's number 1. Number 2, you invite some of your friends around for pizza and television. Number 3, you order in a nice meal to compensate for their absence. Or number 4, you take that long hot bath you've been dreaming about. So your partner explains that they won't be dining with you tonight. So you choose to appreciate the fact that they took the time to discuss it with you. That's 1. Number 2, you invite some of your friends around for pizza and television. That's 2. Number 3, order in a nice meal to compensate for their absence. Or number 4, take a long hot bath you've been dreaming about. I'm going to tell you right now, I be mixing those up. Because I'm going to get that bath. I'm going to get that bath. All right, number 6. You've got problems with some of your colleagues and you discuss it with your partner. You'll be touched if they, number 1, support you and give you a boost of confidence. Number 2, listen to you at length without interruption and then comfort you. Number 3, let the telephone ring so they can keep listening to you. Or number 4, listen to you while tenderly holding your hand. Oh, Isn't that sweet? I'll read that again. You've got problems going on with college, you got problems at work, and you discuss it with your significant other. You will be touched if they, one, support you and give you a boost of confidence, two, listen to you at length without interruption and then comfort you, three, let the telephone ring so they can keep listening to you without distractions, or four, listen to you while tenderly holding your hand as you vent. Oh, he's just a nice little fella, ain't he? Hold up, what my question is that? Number seven, you finally got that promotion that you've been wanting. You got it. You got that promotion. You announce the news to your significant other who does one of these things. Hey, sweet lady, how you doing? Number one, he brags all about you to his friends and colleagues. Number two, comes to that one needs a none of their butt. The closest one. The closest one. Number two. Okay, let me go back to the first one. He brags about you to his friends and his colleagues. Number two, he comes to pick you up from the office to take you out to dinner. Number three, he offers to take you away for the weekend, just the two of you. Or number four, greets you with a passionate kiss that begins a memorable evening. That means somebody is bumping uglies tonight. Hey Brenda, how you doing? I'm gonna read those again. Somebody is bumping uglies tonight. Okay, I'm gonna read it again. You finally got the promotion that you wanted at work. You announce the news to your partner, your significant other, who does one of these four things. He or she brags to all of their friends and their colleagues about your promotion. That's number one. Number two, comes to pick you up from the office to take you out to dinner. Number three, offers to take you away for the weekend, just the two of you. Just the two of us. And lastly, greets you with a passionate kiss that begins a memorable evening of bumping uglies. That's number seven. All right. Next question. To spontaneously show your love to your partner. This one on you, y'all. So I need to make sure y'all get this question. I can't even talk. To spontaneously show your love to your partner, you would usually, number one, compliment their style or behavior. Number two, take some time out to spend together. Number three, organize something to do as a couple that they would enjoy. Or number four, cuddle and spoil them. So to spontaneous show your love to your significant other, you would usually compliment their style or behavior, take some time out to spend together with them. Number three, organize something to do as a couple that they would enjoy. I need y'all to catch that key word, that they would enjoy. Not that you would enjoy, that they would enjoy. And the last one, cuddle and spoil them. All right, we're coming to the finish line. Next question. Your partner's birthday is coming up soon. How are you preparing for their birthday? One, do you send them an erotic email or text? Do you secretly organize a huge surprise party with all of your friends or with all of their friends? When you're out shopping, You make a note of all the things that they like. Or lastly, you buy some essential oils and you're ready to offer them a surprise massage for that night. You're going to be putting oil all over their body. Is that what you're going to do? Let me give you those options again. Your partner's birthday is coming up soon. How are you preparing for your partner's birthday? Do you send an erotic email or text? Number two, do you secretly organize a huge surprise party with all their friends? Right, Keisha? Number three, when you're out shopping, do you make a note of all the things that they like? Or number four, do you buy some essential oils ready to offer them a surprise massage for the day? To let that oil be glistening all over their body. All right. All right, little Dottie. Okay, here's the next one. You've accomplished something quite difficult. Yeah, Tamika. You've accomplished something quite difficult. I don't know what that something is. You'd like your partner to do what? Number one, warmly congratulate you. Number two, free up their agenda and spend some time with you. Number three, finally take you to that restaurant that they've been talking about so much. Don't do it, Pat. Don't do it. Or number four, pull you into their arms and cover you with kisses. Let me go back to the top from that one. You've accomplished something quite difficult. Okay? It could be getting a job that you want. It could be losing a certain amount of weight. It could be, shoot, changing the tire on your own darn car. I don't know what it is, but you've accomplished something quite difficult. Do you expect your partner to, or would you like your partner to warmly congratulate you? Aww, who's the best? You are, you are. Okay. Would you like them to free up their agenda and spend some time with you with some congratulatory celebrations? Would you finally would you want them to finally take you to that restaurant that they talked about so much? Or would you want them to pull you into their arms and cover you with kisses? Okay. All right. We almost done. Your workmates are celebrating your 10 years with the company. You are really touched because, number one, this has nothing to do with your mate now. Okay. Your workmates are celebrating your 10 years with the company. You are really touched because, number one, they all wrote really nice words for you on a card. Number two, they all arrived early at work and gave you a big surprise. Number three, they offered you a framed photo of them, all with a very funny inscription. Or number four, they all came to congratulate you, even the boss. Right, you are. I'm gonna go back over those. They all wrote you really nice words on a card. They all arrived at work early and gave you a big surprise. They offered you a framed photo of them, all with a very funny inscription. They all came to congratulate you, even the boss. So the boss showed that he cared or she cared by showing up too. The next one. This is a good question too. They change every time you do them. Your best memory as a couple was when your partner did one of the following: climbed on the table at a restaurant and proclaimed their love for you. Somebody been watching too much TV. But climbed on a table at a restaurant and proclaim their love for you. That's number one. Number two, surprise you with a night in a magnificent Stop it. I'm gonna change these questions around to make it fit, okay? Alright. Surprise you with a night in a magnificent castle. We're gonna say in a banging hotel, okay? In a banging hotel. We ain't talking about no Super 8 or nothing like that. And a banging hotel that you wouldn't usually go to. Number three, came to your workplace, barged into your office, and passionately kissed you. You come to my workplace like that, they probably gonna get shot. But came to your workplace, barged into your office, and passionately kissed you. And the last one, offered you your first, you know what? I'm gonna read it. Offered you your first parachute jump out of an airplane. Y'all, these ain't black people questions. I'm gonna just go ahead and say that. I might need to paraphrase a little bit. Jumping out of a plane? What do you mean? I don't believe I can fly. Let me read them again. Okay, the first one is climbed on a table at a restaurant and proclaimed their love for you before the police escort them out. The second one, surprise you with a night in a magnificent hotel. Magnificent. Okay. Number three, came to your workplace, barged into your office, and passionately. You should have gotten Jet, not Mademoiselle. This from the psychologist page, Pat. This from the psychologist page. Came to your workplace, barged into your office, and passionately kissed you. Or number four, offered you your first parachute jump out of an airplane. Basically, just something exciting, something that y'all never did before. Like wanted you to go bungee jumping or something. I don't know. Just something that neither one of y'all used to doing before. Cause I tell you right now, they gonna lose me on that jump because one of us gonna die. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Okay, the next question. The next question is, I'm gonna go ahead and change it before I read it to you. For your friend's wedding anniversary dinner, which gift would you buy for them from an interior decorator shop? Let me go ahead and break this down for you. Okay? Because I don't need y'all to be, okay? I'm going to say you can go to Ross, you can go to TJ Maxx, you can go to Home Goods, um, shoot, you can wherever. That's as far as we're going with these interior decorating shops. So let me just say that. Okay. Which gift would you buy for them from an interior decoration shop? The first one, a multicolored. Okay. A notice board. It's just a board like a cork board where they can leave messages, little love messages for each other on the board. Okay, that's what we got for the first one. A decorative item that you will personalize yourself for them. So maybe some decorative glasses with their initials on it or something. The third one, a beautiful lamp that you recently heard them talking about. Or the fourth one, a designer bean bag that they can both snuggle into together. That ain't bad. Okay. A multicolored board where they can leave little messages on it for each other. Little cork board. A decorative item that you can personalize yourself for them. Whatever that may be. Cup, glasses, t-shirts. You know. People like the him and her t-shirts. A beautiful lamp that you recently heard them talking about, or a designer bean bag that they can both snuggle in together. Okay. You feel ill. You feel ill when your partner hasn't. Look, I can give you a long list. This ain't enough. You feel ill when your partner hasn't, number one, said sweet and loving nothing. Lord, I'm making up some words. Said sweet and loving words to you. You feel ill because they haven't said any sweet or loving words to you. That's number one. You had a moment to spend with you. Hold up, I ain't reading that right. You feel ill when your partner hasn't had a moment to spend with you. That's number two. You feel ill when your partner hasn't given you a little gift. Or number four, you feel ill when your partner hasn't touched you lovingly. You feel ill when your partner hasn't said sweet and loving things to you. Number one, when your partner hasn't had a moment to spend some time with you. That's number two. When your partner hasn't given you a little gift. That's number three. And four, touched you lovingly. Tempted to touch, tempted to touch. Next question. This is the last two. If you had to choose an image that symbolizes love, if you had to choose an image that symbolizes love, it would be a heart shaped mouth, a heart shaped mouth, wherever you get those from, two silhouettes holding each other's shoulders, I guess, a heart shaped gift with a beautiful ribbon around it, or two intertwined bands. If you had to choose an image that symbolizes love, it would be number one, a heart shaped mouth. Number two, two silhouettes holding each other's shoulders. Number three, a heart shaped gift with a beautiful ribbon around it. Or number four, two intertwined bands. Y'all know, like the wedding bands, how they have them. Y'all know. Something like this. Keisha said none of that is. Your best guess. Your best guess. Okay. And the last one is you feel even more. Oh, they gave you a good one at the end. You feel even more like making love when your partner, number one, whispers into your ear how desirable you are. Okay. Number two, has been really attentive to you throughout the day. Number three, shows off the sexy nightwear they bought for you. Or number four, has been affectionate with you throughout the day. I'm going to read those again. You feel even more like making love with your partner when he or she whispers into your ear how desirable you are. Number two, has been really attentive to you throughout the day. Number three, shows off the sexy nightwear they bought for you. Or number four, has been affectionate with you throughout the day. Y'all got those? That attentive throughout the day, I'm thinking that's a banger right there. That's a banger. Um, let me make sure I got all my things on here. So if you go back through the questions, first you tell us about cleaning. How do you questions that make us clean? Ha ha! Because you might be the clingy one. That's what we trying to find out. You might. Okay. Um. Let me go back so I can give y'all the breakdown. Let me go back. All right. Here we go. So on the first one, because I don't want to have to interpret every one of these things one by one now. So I'm gonna give you the types of love languages, and I want you to tell. Well, you can put it in here. It should be 16. Should be 16, Pap. I might have repeated one. I'm gonna give you the love language types, and I want you to write down which one you think you are, and then you're gonna find out which one you really are. So, answer to question one, I chose. Answer to question one, I chose one. I forgot to answer it. I have 17, but yeah, it should be 16, y'all. Okay, we'll go back. So I'm gonna give y'all the different types, right? And you just pick which one, which category you think you fall in. So the first one is 16. Yeah, I got 16. Okay. I'm gonna try to see if I can put this up big enough so y'all can see it on the screen. Okay. So the first one is quality time, right? So I need something that's not gonna be too complex. Okay, this one's better. Okay, if you are a person that is big on quality time, what that means is that you are focused. You want your partner's focus and undivided attention whenever you are spending time together. You don't want them messing with the phone. You don't want them messing with the TV. As a matter of fact, don't even bring your phone. Okay? You want their undivided attention. You're focused on that undivided attention when you guys are spending time together. That means turning off electronics, going for a walk, planning dates, starting a hobby together. Like that's what you want. That's what you're looking for. Um, I'm not gonna get into those yet because that's gonna be the funny part. Okay, the next one is words of affirmation. What that means is you are the person that likes verbal compliments. You rather be complimented whenever things happen. Um, The compliments show that that person is expressing their love and appreciation for you. So if you're not getting those compliments, you don't really feel like that person loves you, because that's what you're looking for. That's your love language. So usually when you're expressing yourself to somebody, if that's your love language, you do it through compliments. Like, babe, you look real nice today. Got your swag up. That swag on point today. Like, you are constantly, giving them some words of affirmation to make them feel good. You brag about them to other people. Like, you say stuff in front of their family members and stuff like that, or you may want to write little letters and little notes, to tell them all these good things that you think about them. But you expect the same thing in return. So you're a person that likes, you really like those compliments. Acts of service. I can tell you off the jump that this is the category that I fall in. Acts of service. Um, this is any act that eases the burden of responsibility. So a person whose love language falls in this acts of service, rather than somebody telling you that they love you all the time, you like you prefer that they show you their love in their actions. Like, okay, you love me, so like take a burden off me. Like, make sure the bill is paid, or make sure the trash is taken out. When I see those types of things, like, that's what lets me know how you really feel, versus you telling me that you love me all the time or complimenting me all the time. You're like, show me what you're working with. Like, those acts of service. Um, this can be expressed by things like washing the dishes, pampering your spouse, offering to, let me do that for you. Those types of things. Um, and if you're that, hey, Ed, if you're that person, if your spouse is that type of person, he may never say I love you, but he's always making sure that the household is taken care of, the grass is cut, everything is trimmed, the trash taken out, like all those things that you may have to go and tell another person, why you don't do this, why you don't do that. That person is that person that makes sure that his household is physically taken care of. And that's the way that he shows how he loves his significant other. Y'all get anything out of this before I finish? Because if not, I'll stop. Oh, we got that. We got Keisha. Tell him to come on. He can join in too. Okay, we got two more, y'all. Giving gifts. Now, this may sound crazy, but some people are really big on this. Giving gifts. This could be your love language. You like tangible symbols that reflect your thoughtfulness and effort. So, whenever somebody gives you, let's look at Valentine's Day, right? So some people want a Birkin bag. They want all this expensive stuff on Valentine's Day. They get that stuff they feel like they're really loved. Okay, that may be the female that wants that stuff. That husband or that significant other, if he has that quality time love language, if that's what speaks to him, then he doesn't care about all that extravagant stuff. He just wants to be able to spend time with you, to have that quality time with you. If you have that person that, that act of service, that person where you may want, all these extravagant gifts, this person is going around working, making sure your oil changed for Valentine's Day, getting you a new set of tires or something for Valentine's Day. And for, somebody that's about gifts and stuff like that, they're like, that ain't doing nothing for me. That's not showing me love. See, this is where you usually have arguments at, because a woman may feel like the man isn't showing love, or the man may feel like the woman's not showing love because they're not speaking the same love language. That's why this stuff is important, because you have to go like, okay, and you take the test together so that y'all can see where y'all fall at, so y'all can meet in the middle. Just saying. The last one is physical touch. Y'all knew it was coming. Physical touch. And with that one, it's not necessarily a sexual touch. It's a non-sexual touch that reinforces your presence. I'll give you an example. My significant other is touchy-feely. Okay? He is touchy. He want to touch you. He got to touch something. He driving. He got to have his hand on your knee. Or he got to have his hand on the back of your neck or something. He's like a touchy person. So you have some people that like that physical contact. Not talking about sexual contact, just that physical contact. You may even see women, they can't keep their hands off their men. They sit there talking, the woman might be rubbing his head. I'm talking about this head now. She might be playing with his head or rubbing her. She might be rubbing his shoulders or rubbing his back or something like that. So that I see you, Ed. That falls within that physical touch love language. Now, going back to how you express those things, and I started on one of them with the words of affirmation. How do you show this? If your significant other, you don't, even if they don't take the test, all you got to do is look at their actions. If you see that they're a person that likes compliments, and you usually know, because this person may give you a compliment and they're expecting a compliment in return. They're like, "Oh, you look nice, babe," and you don't say anything, and they be like, "Oh, you don't think I look nice?" Or, you know what I'm saying? They kind of fish form a little bit. Women are only like that when another. Oh, Pat Pooch, you're giving up a secret now. This my man. This my man. So those words of affirmation, you brag to others about your significant other. They say write love letters. Um, just tell them, you looking cute or whatever. Okay. You know me, I see you. It don't have to be nothing heavy. I see you. Okay. After a conflict, we're still dealing with these words of affirmation. You want to speak words that build security and that initiate a sincere apology. This is what you do if you have a person that is their love language is words of affirmation, and you know that. Now I'm gonna tell you how spiteful women can be sometimes. I'm gonna put us on blast because we may know that our male counterpart or female, whatever your preference, but that your male counterpart, you know that his love language is words of affirmation. So you come after him in the heat of an argument, and you're gonna say the very things that work against those words of affirmation. So instead of you trying to build them up, it's gonna be, "Oh, you punk ninja, you ain't doing this. Don't nobody want you anyway. Look at your stomach. Look, come on, y'all know what I'm talking about now. You gut punch that joker, because you know that those are the things that that's the way that he communicates in this love situation. So you do those things to go after him, and vice versa with the guy too. If you know that that woman is looking for those compliments and that's her love language, then that's usually the guy. You can't get mad because don't nobody want you. How do I look at this? You look kind of big. You might want to take that off. There's nothing uplifting about it. So you actually working against it, and that's the thing that will push your partner away from you. So that's why these love languages are important. The acts of service, again, something that releases or eases the burden of responsibility on your partner. How do you express this? Again, washing dishes, pamper your spouse, Offer to do something that, even if you know they can do it, just offer to do it anyway. After you have a conflict, you make behavior changes requested through conflict. So if this person is a person that is, a person that's about action, likes those acts of service, and they're telling you, you don't do nothing around here. You don't help me with nothing. You don't help wash clothes, or you don't fold clothes, or you don't do this, or you don't do that. Well, if you're trying to get back in that person's good graces, or you trying to meet them halfway, then you listen at what that other person is saying. And the things that they're telling you that you're not doing, you really think about it, doing evaluation like, am I really doing this stuff? Or am I not doing this stuff? And if you see that there's some validity to what that person is saying, then you go out there and do some of those things that they say that you're not doing. Even if you're taking a baby step and just do one thing. If she said something about you helping her with the clothes, then go help her with the clothes. Or if the guy says, man, you don't help me do nothing. You could at least clean the dishes. Either get up there and bust some suds. Learn how to put them mugs in the dishwasher, but bust a move. Bust a mother flipping move. If you're trying to make this thing work, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Quality time. Again, if you're trying to make it work, and this is the hardest thing that people got to do, turn off these electronics right here. Look, turning it down on the table don't mean that you turned it off. I'm just saying. Here, it's gone. Just because you turn it down on the table, that don't mean it's gone. Get rid of your electronics for a minute. We have them attached at the hip. Get rid of electronics for a minute. Go for a walk. Plan some date nights. Start doing something together. Whatever it is, you got something you like doing. Everybody come and try this. They feel like you doing it all the time. Come on over here. Come try this. I do Sudoku puzzles all the time. Look, let me show you how to do this. Because I hear, man, you be staying on them things. You never did one before? Man, I don't know how to do them things, so let me show you how to do it. Now you a Sudoku fool over here. Don't even want to stop. Done did all my puzzles, So just, it may seem like something simple, but that's still quality time. So, if you are trying to avoid a conflict or after a conflict with somebody that um, communicates with quality time, then what you want to do is whenever you are talking, or even if you're not talking, make sure that you make contact and you are participating in active listening. I'm going to say empathetic listening without interrupting. Let me demonstrate this for a minute. Active listening, and I know y'all not slow, but I do an active listening group, so I have to show you. Active listening is somebody's telling you, and it's going to sound like real commercial, but it works. Active listening, somebody's coming to you telling you, babe, look, I just don't feel like you pulling your weight. I feel like I'm doing everything. And whenever I try to get some time with you, acting like you always busy, but I don't see anything that you're doing. And I'm just asking you for a little time. Like you can break away for a little time. Here's active listening. Because you got to show that person that you heard what they said. So what you're saying is, you kind of feeling some type of way because you don't feel like I'm really pulling my weight. And even though I say I'm busy, like you don't really feel that you're seeing so much that I'm doing, like I'm not doing enough that I can't give you a little bit of time whenever you ask for some time. Is that what you're saying? Now what you did was you just avoided a complete argument because you can't argue. Y'all, let me just go. We're going to do some CBT for a minute. You can't argue with somebody that's saying the same thing that you're saying. So if I just give you back what you just said to me, it's hard for you to argue with me because you feel like I heard what you said. So after you say that, so is that what you're saying? And the person usually, like, yeah, that's exactly what I mean. And then you follow up with, so maybe, we can talk and you can give me some things. Squash that, because we want to accept responsibility. So maybe I can just go ahead and, like, we just set a time aside so that we can go and have some time to kick it for the day. Or you can give me like a little sign or something that I'm trying to get your time right now, and we go ahead and and just go chill for a minute. Problem is solved. Now you got to follow through on that, but it's just about active listening. You're getting the message from the sender. You are able to give that sender back that message that they gave you, and you're showing that you understand. Not necessarily that you agree with what they're saying. A person just needs to know that you understand, that you heard what they said. So when it comes to that, you just give that back to them and show them that you're willing to work on the solution. Bam. That's it. And even during that moment, during that conversation, y'all have spent quality time and have avoided an argument. But we don't like doing stuff like that. I'm just saying. We usually don't want to do that. Um, Giving gifts. Mm-mm. How do you do this? You make birthdays, anniversaries, special, surprise them with their favorite treat. That sounds like a dog, don't it? Surprise them with their favorite treat. Here you go, boo boo. Got a treat for you, boo boo. Whatever. Um, Now this particular write up is making it sound a little bit nicer. Um, so I'm gonna go to the men on this one. A lot of times, men that have that love style, that communication style of giving gifts, they give them on those special occasions when it matter. But those men also tend to believe that if something happens, y'all get into an argument, you get pissed off about something, they feel like they can give you that gift. They don't have to say any words. They don't have to try to correct the situation. They can give you that gift, and that solves everything. Like that's the cure all for anything. So on the flip side, you have the women that like receiving those gifts, and it's like they get to a point where they expect those gifts all the time. So when you go and try to do that act um, of kindness or that act of service, or you want that QT time for the person whose love language is giving gifts, okay, yeah, let's get this QT time, but you're gonna have to put some money on it. You see what I'm saying? Okay, we're going out to eat, but no, I ain't trying to go to, no Applebee's or no Chili's. You know what I'm saying? You got to take me somewhere, where I got to go look up the items on the menu, because I don't know how to pronounce these things. You see what I'm saying? If we going to the store or going to the outlet or something like that, nah. I ain't trying to go to the factory outlets. You got to take me to the mall, bruh. Like, if something happens, they want you to rectify the situation with gifts. And we know gifts are temporary. The problem is still there. Not saying that that's a bad thing for that to be a person's love language, but if it is, you need to know what that love language is so that you'll know how to deal with it. Because if you got to go and buy you some darn car stock and keep writing, I love you, and put a little piece of gum in it for them, hey, it's a gift. I'm just saying, take it, take it, take that. Um, and then the physical touch. So long hugs, gentle caressing, kissing, massages, holding hands. Those people that have that physical touch love language, that's what they want to do. I had a guy, like, he always wanted to keep his hand in my pocket. And I'm like, Denzel, get your hand out my pocket. I'm not one of those people that like showing a lot of PDA. Um, and the physical touch person is usually that person that likes showing a lot of public displays of affection. Um, so y'all gotta kind of try to meet each other halfway. Maybe don't push your hand in my pocket. Just grab my pinky when we're walking. Or, I might grab on the back of your shirt tail or something. I'm here. Look, I got your shirt in the back. Right here, I got you. I'm here. I'm here for you. You know. But you have to try to find a way to meet each other halfway. Um, with this type of communication, what this is saying, after you have a conflict or an argument, you need to hold each other without saying a word. You need to cuddle together in bed. Okay, now herein lies the problem. Right, vet. Herein lies the problem. And I ain't gonna even put this just on black people. But I can tell you that for a lot of black women, and I am one of them, I don't care if I'm a counselor, I don't care if I'm a coach, I don't care what I'm telling you now. Now, when we in therapy, we're going to have some conversations, but I'm going to keep it real with you. If I am upset with you, like truly pissed with you, then at that time, I really don't want you touching me. Okay? Because I'm not that physical type. So, I really don't want you touching me like that. Okay? That's going to be the moment when I don't want your foot on me now. I don't want your foot. Now, you might have to mix all these love styles up together. Okay? You're going to have to mix all these love stuff, these things up together. It might take a gift. It might take the grass being cut. Like, it might take everything, all of them. You're just going to have to put them all together. But the purpose of it is for you to think about just a little foot. Get your foot over there. And guys know they be doing it. They know when you pissed off. They know that you don't want that foot over there. I'm just saying. That's a violation. So, but these are the 5 love languages. And there's actually a book. It's called The 5 Love Languages. God knows who wrote that book. I cannot even think. But there are shorter tests. I just gave you guys this little online test. But basically what it is, you do a measurement of the test. And just knowing what these love languages are now, you can go back and look at your answers. Don't change them. Don't change them. But if you go back and look at your answers, the questions are asked in a certain way where some of the questions, in each one of them, one of the questions leads towards one of these love languages. And you got one that focuses more on gifts to let you see if you're a person that, you like receiving those gifts. You don't go to bed or part ways. Yes, I do, Tori. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I try not to, but yes, I do. Better get on me. Girl, you get that rusty, dusty rose elbow. But you can take those love languages and just look at them. And even if you didn't take the test, like I said, now you can go back and look at them. And now you can tell what each one of those questions were actually for. When it was talking about the love making at the end and what it... Not the Dusty Rhodes elbow. The people's elbow. Keisha, what was your issue? I didn't see it, lady. Let me go up. When you feel so passionate about something, it's hard to pull back. I'm trying to balance it out. I know I'm a bit obsessed for reasons you don't understand. I'm casting that part. Okay, I got you. So the problem is right now is your your husband feels like you may be a bit obsessed with this R. Kelly stuff and he wants you to back away from it some. Is that what I'm getting? Okay. So here's the thing. Yeah, you're gonna add him, Janie. You're gonna add him. So here's the thing with that. If we're gonna go off the communication style, the love languages right now, then it seems like your husband is a bit like he's a person that likes quality time. And I can tell you that for all of us, especially when it comes to this YouTube stuff, we tend to spend a lot of time on YouTube. Um, Whether it's, just going to different platforms to see what people are saying, taking the time to watch the videos all the way through so that we can respond. Um, but the thing you have to remember with your significant other is that he is a man. And no man is really going to be comfortable with you putting that much energy into another man that's not them or that's not your son. Somebody that you have a close relationship with. So to some degree, you expect him to feel some type of way. So you got to be able to make sure that you are balancing that out, and it can get to a point where too much stuff is being done um, with this stuff online. I haven't even had that issue with somebody saying something, but I found myself still having to pull back because you can get so invested in it that you start overlooking like certain duties in your house. So you may feel that you're still doing stuff the same, but if you really sat back and you know how you can, even on your phone, you can look at your screen time, you can look at the time that you're putting towards a certain thing, you might want to go and do a review of that. But if he's feeling some type of way, then you don't want to overlook the fact that he's feeling some type of way. So you might want to have a conversation with them about it and find a way to balance some of that time, because even though, in real life, I don't know if you would ever meet R. Kelly if you met him, but it's just still like you're not putting all that time into me, but you devoting all this time. And I don't know if you are, Keisha, but to a guy, you devoting all this time to him. I don't see you going that hard for me like that. And that's usually what somebody's thinking. So you got to find that happy medium, because when this stuff is all over with him, you still got to make sure that your house is good. So if that means just dedicating a certain amount of time to this stuff to look into it, then you pick that amount of time and make sure that your significant other's getting the time that he is requesting as well. Because you got to keep it right at home. Got to keep it right at home. I don't know if that answers your question, but you got to keep it right at home. Home comes first. Home definitely comes first. I'm trying to get the answers to the. That partially answered the question that Papoose asked on her channel. The question was, where are all the men to support the art? A lot of men are jealous that they women love him to that degree. Um, I think a lot of them are. Um, and I think I don't know if that was a video from today, but I saw part of that too. And I think a lot of people gave a lot of good answers, because I would say one, that there is a certain degree of jealousy that may be involved when it's your woman that's sitting there and it's like 24/7 Kelly. You know what I'm saying? Especially if they don't feel like you're giving them that same energy. I think a lot of guys too, to be honest with you, um, I think a lot of guys feel like they don't have any room to speak on certain things because they may have things that they have encountered, experiences that they may have had in the past or in their younger years. So they don't want to misspeak, or they don't want anybody saying, well, you speaking on this and you did this. I don't know if you guys remember, it was a while ago, and another blogger called my channel and they were saying something about younger people, and I called them out on it because I'm like, okay, so you're a street dude. So as a street dude, you're gonna tell me that you never got with any younger females. And it was a lot of dancing around and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, I've always hung out with guys. So I know, and I'm not saying everybody does it, but there are certain things that come along with that street life, even including, females loving the crew. And I've seen a lot of younger females coming in and out. And a lot of people don't want to say too much, just like some of the celebrities, because they don't want anybody calling them out on their own stuff. Now, that may not be the case for everybody, but I think that's the case for some. And I also think it's, well, that ain't me. A guy that's that MF and that mess, that ain't me. Not really thinking about the fact that at any given time it can be you. I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen to people that are close to me. But a lot of people do think that they're invincible. That just because you're doing stuff the right way, that those type of things can't possibly come your way, and they can. So I think that's why you don't see that big movement. And just another thing, and people probably won't like it, a lot of people don't move until social media tells them to move. So if you have somebody going around with this big movement telling everybody to get involved, and it's the right people that's saying it, and people feel like they can get some kind of notoriety or something off of it, then you'll have people jumping up for that. You'll definitely have them jumping up for that. But if it's not something that they feel is going to be beneficial to them now, they can't see how it's going to benefit them now, then a lot of them tend to stay in the background. And then, of course, you got a lot of people that are attention whores. And if they can't get that attention, if their name is not going to be in lights, if they're not going to be the ones that are going to get acknowledgement for what's going on, then they don't want to participate. So, those are just my thoughts. I don't know if it added anything to the conversation that was going on, but those are just my thoughts. What about an ex trying to weasel their way back in your life after being split up for 10 years? Oh, it happens all the time, Tori. It happens all the time. I'm going to say this. The fact that you're calling them a weasel, you probably want to stay away from them. If you see them as a weasel, you probably want to stay away from them. But I'm a firm believer. A lot of people say otherwise, people are exes for a reason or whatever. But I also think that there are certain situations where, you had your moment. It was, meant, it was good at the time. It was meant for it to happen. But sometimes people have to get away from each other and go and take care of other things. It's other things that they have to experience. And there are no rules in the book that says at the end of the day, if people got their lives back, where they need to be, there are no rules in the book that says that people can't get back together. So, I mean, it's like completely up to you. But like I said, the fact that you saying weasel, then you might want to let that weasel stay on the outside. You might want to let that weasel stay on the outside if he's trying to weasel his way back in. Um, but I think a lot of times you have to see what people, you got to listen to what they say if you're interested. Listen at what they say, things. Hopefully, people have grown and they're not the same people that you knew before, especially 10 years. So, if you think it's something that's worth exploring, then you make that decision. Just don't let anybody else make that decision for you, because that's what we tend to do. We let other people know, oh, well, such and such is coming back, or they trying to come back, and they tell you, oh, don't fool with them because you know what they did this time, and they did. That's where we as women got to start keeping our business to ourselves. You hear me? We got to start keeping our business to ourselves, because we'll fall out with somebody, and we'll go and we'll let our family, we'll let our friends know what they did, and we'll talk all kind of trash about them, and we may still have feelings for them, but we got everybody hating them now. And so then when they try to come back, or maybe we even want them back, we've said so much bad stuff about them and put them out there so bad that now you're scared to even try to pursue that situation because you know that your family and the friends, all the people that you were talking negative to about that person, you know that they're not going to agree with it and they're going to have so much, you're going to catch so much backlash if you even consider getting back with that person because you said so much about them. So in those cases, I mean, you really, it's not like you're supposed to go around and hold everything in, but it's some things you just, you know, you can have conversations with people, but you never let your left hand know everything that your right hand is doing. So you don't tell them everything because you never know what the future holds for you and somebody else. You could have had the like worst relationship in the world, and you never know, you know, what your man got in store for you in the future. So, you know, Papoose, you should have bought us some ice cream. And that's just how I feel on that. Just more than anything, keep people out your business because there may be a chance that some things can be rectified. But whenever you put people in your business and now you got them hating the person, it's hard for you to turn around because you done said so much bad stuff about the people that ain't nobody feeling them. You the only one that's feeling them. They hate them. They hate them because you were hating them. So you have to, you know, kind of balance that out too. You got to weigh everything, like weigh the benefits, you know, just weigh your options all the way around. We tied. We tried before. Oh, y'all tied for life. 18 years too. It's funny how I wanted him to be back and he wasn't. Now he is I'm just a firm believer. I tell people to follow their hearts. Don't follow man. Because nobody knows what's going on in your relationship with you. Even when you go and tell them your business, they still don't know what's going on in your relationship. And you have to do what's best for you. Because at the end of the day, nobody's going to be living that life but you. But if you know that you're going to be welcoming unnecessary drama back into your life, then you might want to think twice on that. But if you see that things may be better and you want to try it, I mean, that's completely on you. But you have to, you know, you proceed with caution. Proceed with caution. Pat, don't share. Ain't that something? What does your spirit tell you? Right, Ed? I pay attention to what people are saying, how they're saying it, and the lack of immaturity if it's shown. Peace and harmony. Yeah, you have to pay attention to everything. You have to pay attention to everything. But I also warn people, and I'm just gonna get real with y'all for a minute. Um, People that you are supposedly close to, even if it's a friend or a family member, you have to be careful about putting them in your relationship business. And this is just real talk because everybody is not happy for you, everybody is not rooting for you. And when people aren't doing good in their situations, then they tend not to want anybody else doing good in theirs. So if they're finding fault in their situation, whenever you try to come and talk to them about some small things that you may have going on, then if they're a real friend or a real family member, if they're really looking out for you, then they're going to encourage you to try to work it out. But you'll see that a lot of people aren't doing that. Oh, he probably like my man, or she probably like my girl. They doing da 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 da. But nah, somebody that's really there for you, uh, y'all try to work that mess out. Cause you don't want to have to go through what we dealing with over here. Are y'all trying to work that mess out? Like, are you sure that this is what you want to do? And so that's why you just have to be careful because, like I said, everybody's not for you, even your family. And some of that same family that you're talking to, some of those same people, shoot, they want you to break up with that person. They want you to leave them alone because they've been looking at him too. Because you done told them so much of your business and told them how good he was in bed and how good he was treating you here and all this stuff. Shoot, they want a piece of him too. So they for darn sure ain't going to encourage you to stay with them. Because they rather you not have anybody to be with that one. Because they looking at them. And I know that may sound crazy, but that's the truth. That's the truth. And that works. It goes all the way around. I mean, the hate is real. Not that they hate you, but they hate the fact that they feel like you're doing better, that you're possibly happier than them. And I mean, it comes out. It comes out. Oh, Tori, I get what you're saying, but I can tell you what. Now let me be a coach for a minute. The fact that you are getting any type of enjoyment out of him receiving what you're seeing as karma right now, that lets me know that your feelings are not 100% gone. I'm just going to keep it real now. Because if they were gone, then whatever's happening or him coming around, it's like, okay, whatever. But the fact that you still get some kind of enjoyment out of it. Mm-hmm. Don't get mad with me now. I'm just the messenger. Don't get mad. Don't get mad with me. I'm just the messenger. Let me get to these scores, y'all. I'm about to get beat up by these scores. Hold up. Let me get these. Let me get these scores real quick. But it's something there that still, um, what me and my cousin say. That thing got my blood boiling. It's something that still get your blood boiling whenever it comes to that one. Even if he was like just didn't do right. What's good, Miss Eva? We just talking about some relationship stuff, and I'm trying to find these answers to this thing because I didn't got off of it. I don't know if it's gonna let me go. Right, right, right. Let me go back to it. Okay. Oh, that's what I was doing. I was trying to find it by another thing because it breaks it down by the person that's actually taking the test. So I need to actually get the scale. Well, this doing them in percentages. I'm trying to find an easy one, y'all. So if you go back through the questions, and it will not let me pull them up all at one time. If you go back through the questions, I have to go back through them individually. If you go back through the questions, and I go ahead and give y'all these numbers, and then you can go back and look at what I'm saying. If you scored 23%, my number better be on point. If you scored 23%, let me see if it'll let me print this thing. Oh, just print it off. If you give so if 23% of your answers fell under words of affirmation, um, if you found yourself, I need to pull the questions. I can't do it without pulling the darn questions. I'm just gonna have to go back through the darn thing again. Google, darn it. Okay, so add your one for each question. Go through each question. Add your ones up. Um, add your twos up. Add your threes up, and add your fours up. Y'all got that? Add your ones up. Add your twos up. Add your threes up, and add your fours up. Sincerely, Bree. Hey, hey, hey. Trial and error. Hey. 8, 3. Papoose, that's 8 number threes, and wait a minute. 8 number threes and 3 number 4s. 8, 3. You had any ones? Eight. No one. Okay. So 3, 8, 4. Papoose, do you fall under acts of service? You like a person that can show you better than they can tell you? All right. Okay, yours says
Remember that requests give direction to love, but demands stop the flow of love. What do we do for each other during the what we do for each other during the beginning of a relationship should be done throughout the relationship's entirety. So you expect that same consistency from the beginning to the end. And when somebody starts veering away from that consistency, basically don't start nothing you can't finish. When they start veering away from that and showing you something else, then you start getting turned off and you start backing away slowly but surely. Um, Somebody that you run into, they need to know. And there are certain things that you got to be specific about. Like if you want it, you got to be specific about it when it comes to those acts of service. Because if you got somebody that has a completely different love language, and they're thinking that just telling you that right, you back away slowly, deuces. You have to let them. You got to let them know that because they may think that giving you compliments is enough, and you sitting there like, really? Compliment me while you out here doing such and such. You know, compliment me while you helping me do such and such. And it goes along with your personality too because you're about your business. Everything that you've built, everything that you've done to bring things together, like you put a lot of work into that. So it makes sense that you will be looking for somebody or that you will communicate with that acts of service because that's what you put in and you expect that same thing in return. So it makes complete sense. Yeah, you got to mention it a little bit, you know. You got to mention it some kind of way, you know. You might have to play what have you done for me lately in the background, you know. That might have to be a slow, well, it ain't slow, but still. You might have to throw that in the background, you know. Singing in the background. um, don't dip out, Pep. Don't dip out. Don't dip out. Pep say I'ma dip and fall back. Dip and fall back. um, let's see. Trial. We did a love language quiz. 4162. Six number twos. Five and four. Let me see what that number two is. Girl, I don't know why they doing them like that. Why it's taking so long? Why it's taking so long for them? Um, and then the one that I'm doing on here that I gave them, it's not giving me the quick answers that I what's on my strong plan? Spending time alone. Hold up, get those numbers in. Who was that? Janie that put those numbers up there. I don't see them. Oh, there they go. 24154.
Okay, Miss Janie. Miss Janie. Miss Janie. Miss Janie. Miss Janie, you seem to like a little physical touch. You seem to like a little physical action. Um You seem to like a little physical touch. I would even go. I would push yours with physical touch and quality time actually. So it says that you and your partner need to practice togetherness. A central aspect of quality time is togetherness. I do not mean proximity. Togetherness has to do with focused attention, practice quality conversation. Um, this means maintaining eye contact with your partner while you're talking. Don't listen to your partner and do something else at the same time. Y'all know what we're talking about with your phone and all that stuff. But your higher end was physical touch, so I'm gonna go there. It's a very powerful way for communicating love, holding hands, kissing and embracing, and giving a massage. Sexual intercourse are all ways of communicating emotional love to one's partner. All these things make a partner feel secure in your love. Remember, nothing is more important than embracing your partner during these times of crisis. So, girl, get your freak on. Miss Janie say, tempted to touch, tempted to touch. Papu said that you're clingy over there. Oh my gosh. Um, wait a minute, wait a minute. Let me see if anybody got theirs up here. Okay, Tirana 6 4 6 4s. Okay. Was that Tirana that I was looking at? Tirana, you hot. You hot. Um, I'm playing. Yours is you tend to lean toward physical touch too. And let me see your second highest one. 5 ones. Actually, yeah, you tend to lean towards physical touch and words of affirmation. So your first one would be physical touch, and the words of affirmation will come in second. With the words of affirmation, I give you a little breakdown. Actions don't always speak louder than words. If this is your love language, unsolicited compliments mean the world to you. Hearing the words, I love you, are important. Hearing the reasons behind that love sends your spirit skyward. Insults can leave you shattered and are not easily forgotten. Kind, encouraging, and positive words are truly life giving. Um, and then let me get this other one. Okay. So I won't go back over the one for physical touch because I had already read that one. So, um, but let's see. Physical touch. This language isn't always about the bedroom. A person whose primary language is physical touch is not surprisingly very touchy. Hugs, pats on the back, holding hands, and thoughtful touches on the arm, shoulder, or face. They can all be ways to show excitement, concern, care, and love. Physical presence and accessibility are crucial, while neglect or abuse can be unforgettable and destructive. Physical touch forces a sense of security and belonging in any relationship. Let me tell you something else, too, about physical touch. People that tend to be like touchy feely, they usually speak a lot with their hands too. Just want y'all to know. So if you find yourself talking and you're using your hands a lot when you talk, then that usually that goes along with you being a touchy person. You see how much I'm using my hands? You got to find something to do with your hands. You know what I'm saying? And if you can't do something, even if you're giving a presentation or a speech, you have to find something to do with your hands. So either you're clenching the side of if you're on a podium, like you usually clench the side of a podium. If you're up talking, you don't have that podium and you can get something in your hands, whether it's a pencil, you tend to like twiddle that pencil in your hands. Um, like you have to find something to do with your hands to represent like that touch. I hate to say it's almost like a fixation, but you got to find something to do with your hands. I'm just saying. So, all that. um, I'm trying, Ed. I'm giving a little bit, just a little bit. I just lose interest if I feel like nothing about them keeps me wondering about them. I was told I was rude. Oh, but I'm not. I just get. But that's the thing. What about them makes you bored? Like, what would you want to see in that person? Because that's what really dictates like what you're looking for. Now, you could be at the point where you don't really know exactly what you're looking for. Because a person that usually keeps you interested, I hate to say it, that person usually have a lot of drama that come along with them too. So what about them would interest you? That's what you have to find out. It's almost like making that checklist so that you can find out what is going to keep you interested. Is it, do y'all have two things that you both are like interested in that y'all can, both participate in other than sex? Is there something else that you both can participate in that that would keep your attention? Those are like the kind of things that you have to to think about. Yeah, I said it, Tori. I said it. I said it. Um, got these ones. SR, you got all those ones. You got a bunch of ones. Uh-oh. I only have 4 X's. I can't even see the whole comment, Lord. I only have 4 X's. I could say that physical touch person and that, well, no, it kind of goes, hold on, the person that's going to be least likely to be clingy is the person that communicates they love that acts of service, because shoot, you can go and do, like, go handle your business, just make sure you taking care of home. Like, that person's going to be a little less clingy. The gift person usually tends to be a little less clingy. Hey, Muse Black, how you doing? um but the person that likes the words of affirmation, shoot, they might be tracking you down to get those compliments. You heard me? But once they get them, then they all right. They all right. They'll calm down for a little bit. But you better be ready. You better have those compliments ready on standby. You hear me? You got to have them in the queue. They got to be queued up. They got to be ready. um, but the quality time, um, that person is usually like the clinger. That's the Klingon from Star Trek. That's the Klingon, um, because they tend to. That's the person that make you feel like you need some space if they don't have it under control. Because just wanting quality time with people is not a bad thing. But when you have those people that want to be with you all the time, like, you got to make extra space for them on the toilet so they can sit down on the toilet with you too, then that's too much. And that, you know, if you got somebody that's a service person, or um, even the affirmation person, like anybody that's like, you can easily get on their nerves. They can feel like, you're doing too much. So a little bit of all of them is too much. You got to have a healthy balance. And nobody is just stuck to one particular love language. Depending on what you got going on, you're going to show a little bit of all of them. But there's just some that you kind of lean towards more than the other ones. So just be mindful. Just be mindful. Because if you see that quality time and that physical touch, and it seems a bit unbearable, then you really need to pay attention. You really need to pay attention. Because having a clingy person, whether it's male or female, that is a difficult person to be with. And that is a hard person to break up with if you need to. So just be careful, because the thirst is real. The Klingon behavior is real. We're going to call that the Klingon mentality. We're just going to give that its own diagnosis. That's the Klingon mentality. Okay? We're just going to hit the Star Trek sign real quick. That's the Klingon. That's the Klingon mentality. And yeah, those you kind of have to run from. Run! I think it's the mental connect for me. I'm down to earth, but it be certain things that will hurt my nerves. Oh Lord, Tori. Tori will run somebody off.
She gonna run them off. She gonna run them off. Tori gonna say, what? Did you just ask me what my goals in life were? You know, you just hurt me. You just hurt me. I really don't have time for all these questions. You just hurt me. I'm playing, y'all. But I got to get my butt off here because I got to be up at 5:30. It is like 1 o'clock. So quality time with you. All right, Miss Eva, what you know about that high five? So I hope you guys got something out of this. I wanted to give you something a little different tonight. Um, but do go back if you get some time and go online. You can go on any one of the websites and actually take the love language test on the website, so you can get a an actual get your scores and see the breakdown and stuff on there. But they're pretty accurate. If you're accurate with your answers, if you're being honest with your answers, then they're pretty accurate. Um, any sane and disciplined guy will be able to receive the lady's acceptance with the touch and feel and allow her body language to speak for herself. And that's usually how it goes. But somebody that is like really into the physical the physical touch, like they usually try, and it takes for a female getting squirmish, and almost getting to the point where you know you're cursing them out. Where you cursing them out, like, will you please, you know, um because that's the way that they're used to communicating. So that's why I really think these conversations are necessary. And even though people don't like having them, but this is like when you're getting to learn people, like y'all really getting to know each other, this is a good way to do that. Something that y'all can work on together, and it can kind of let you peep, you know, how people feeling, or if they're even willing to do the work. Like, oh, you can't take a 10 question quiz. Yeah, bro, I ain't got time to fool with you. I ain't got time to fool with you. Cause I mean, it's a good thing whenever you're trying to get to know each other. So, um, thank you, T. Rhonda. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Chapman. Thank you, Muse. I'm getting off work in 20 minutes. Everybody have a beautiful. Pep, I got some stuff to send you too. I think you might like it. um, you're important to download the app and do it periodically. Yeah, they can change. They will change actually. That's why even in any given time, and you can have a combination, you know, of a couple of them. So you used to babysit little Tony. Shoot, tell little Tony I can't wait another minute. Oh my gosh, I like to do all the asking. I be like, dang, he knows it. Been raised in church and around all boys, so my tolerance is 0 to 9 since my mouth. See what I'm saying? Oh my gosh. Words of affirmation. True. That's what's up. Tori, Sincerely Bree can give you information on the app. I'm just saying you can go to Google and you can Google 5 love languages. You may see something that says 7 love languages, but that's something that somebody came and added after the fact. The official, the original material was based on 5 love languages. So you can go and you can do the online quizzes. Um, the ones that I use and I actually use at work, those can be printed off. I just can't pull them up on my tablet, so and it's not like I can send it to you anyway.
Um, yeah, I know. I remember somebody saying something happened to him. Oh wow. So y'all, I appreciate y'all chilling out with me tonight. Like I said, I'm doing the lazy live because I got to get my rump up. So we can come back and touch on this. There is another one too, and it's short. I'll tell you about it later. I won't tell you about it tonight. But there's another one that has to deal with colors. And we'll come back and touch on that because that one is very interesting. Now you'll have to pull out your notepad on that one, people. Um, and what I'll do is probably if y'all want to do it, what I may do is put a link in here so that y'all can pull it up. So you actually have it in front of you so I won't have to read it to you because I hate reading to people. Um, but yeah, so I appreciate you, lovely ladies and gentlemen, for joining me tonight and allowing me to be lazy with this live. I just want to make sure I touch base with the folks, you know, this week. And even my tablet says it's time. It says 10%. So I appreciate you guys. I love you guys in real life. And you guys have a blessed one. Good night. Bree, it might be morning for you. Good morning. When is the next slumber party? Oh my gosh, let me get off here. I don't know. I might consider doing something, but I gotta get used to this new work schedule they got me on. So he overdosed on Freon. Are you serious? Oh wow. Pat has her Saturday night party. Is that the girls' night? Saturday is girls' night, right? Is Pap still in here? I think Saturday night is girls' night. I think. Um, Shar is, hey, how you doing? How you doing? Called the DISC assessment. That's an acronym. Goes into the personality traits and how we. Actually, the thing I'm talking about has something to do with personalities too. So please send it to me, Muse, because that one is very interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, please send me that. Please send me that. All right, y'all. So we gonna go on with that. I was trying to confirm for sure. I know Pat was at work, but I was trying to make sure her ladies' night is on Saturday and not Friday. Because I think she does something on both nights. I'm not sure, but I'll try to find out and let y'all guys know so that because I be on there my darn self. So we'll get information out, or if somebody else get it out, just let me know so I can put it out too. But other than that, y'all have a good night and y'all stay safe and wear your mask, wash your hands, and all that good stuff. Bye.